Hello, gentle soul. Cathy Marie Morton here. Today, I'd like to talk to you about sovereignty. You know, these days can be pretty challenging to feel safe, not only in our own world, but in our own field and in our own personal space. And so I want to give you some tools and techniques that's going to help you to create sovereignty for you so you can relax and bring in your own light and feel solid in that, because that's what I wish for you. Okay, so now let's start. And I always like to start in the inner the inner world first. And we just did a series related to all the chakras, and that is the inner world, and that's the clearing and the balancing of the inner world. But wait, next, we're going to move out and I'm going to teach you how to clear and energize your personal space, your body, your what's closest to your field. Okay. So let's start with sage. Sage is probably the most popular thing, at least in this hemisphere, for clearing your energy field. Now, in order to do this, you would need to light it on fire first. Get it going pretty good. Blow it out. Don't let it burn, just if you just want it to smoke. Get a nice smoke going, get a nice smoke going, get a nice smoke going, and then start with your heart. And just, oh, yes, that's right. And then maybe up your arms and under your arms. Don't forget your back and your throat, because I want you to be able to speak from your heart and hear the truth. And then all the way down, lift up your little feetsies, because you got chakras on the bottoms of your feet. And that is sage. Now, next we have palo santo. This material you want to handle a little bit different. So you would get like a little dish, or the same thing if you're doing kapal, which is another one. And the reason why there's so many different ones is, well, they grow different in different places, and also, you know, they all have a different frequency. So you get this burning really well, and you'd set it down, and then you'd bring it in through your field like this, and you give it to the heavens, give it to Mother Earth. They're all here to help us, you know. Okay, so that's Palo Santo and all the other lovely burning ones. Next, I'd like to talk to you about shungite. This is a shungite ball. And if you were to put an energy tester on it, you know, like the kind that you use to test your plugins, one positive, one negative, you'd get a reader on these have energy within them. And they are magnificent for clearing and holding the field and making sure that the EFI does not get too toxic. They're great to have around your computer. They're really nice to, some people wear them as jewelry. I like to put it in my selenite cup next to my bed, because I leave my cell phone plugged in all night. I'm going to be a grandma, and I want to make sure I'm the first one to hear when that new one is arriving. Okay, so here we are, and that goes right next to my bed, and it sleeps in between me and my cell phone. And speaking of sleep, I'm going to talk to you about one of my favorite tools. It's almost like a teddy bear for me after so many years. You know, this is called a sleeping bag crystal. And my mentor, James Hughes, always said that, if we can allow the crystals to work with us without having our conscious mind in activation, if we can program them and sleep next to them, then they can work on us while we're asleep, and we're not having to battle all of the mental things that go on in our conscious daily lives. So I always sleep with my crystal. This particular crystal has been with me for many years, and I travel with it all over the world. I do not go anywhere without my crystal, and I've almost had it taken away from me a couple times in the at the airport because it's kind of big. I'm trying to get it open so I can show it to you. But yeah, so when I was Egypt, I cried. I said it was my tool. I showed him how I was an energy worker, and please don't take my crystal away from me. And they let me through. They let me through customs. You know, the other thing is when you're going through where they look through all your bags. Crystals are always something that they want to look at. So if you'll just go ahead and take it out and just set it there so they don't have to dig through your bag, then that's good. Now this particular crystal, this is, like I said, this is my personal one. All of these little ridges on this crystal, information. And because of the coloring, oh, look at how beautiful that is in the light. It's kind of golden orange. You can find pockets of crystals next to mineral deposits, gold, silver, copper. This one came next to a gold mine. So the highest metals are gold, silver, copper, right, for conduits. This pyramid is a copper conduit. And so because it was mined next to a gold place, well, it's a pretty high crystal, even though it might not be as clear as some of these other crystals. Selenite, the selenite little ball that I have this in, I keep one of these in my shower. These are not expensive. Like I said, I used to think of it as Crystal's ugly cousin, but it's not. It's very powerful and a great clearer of energy. Keep it in your shower and use it with intention to clear your field as you shower and allow all that stuff just to go down the drain. Okay, there's that one. Finally, speaking of drain, speaking of shower, let's talk about the ultimate, and that is the energy bath. Now, if you really want to clear your field beyond belief, go take a swim in the ocean. That ocean is the greatest energy clearer possible, okay? But not all of us have an ocean. Most of us have a tub. So this is what you do. You're going to, with intention, because you know that you've been out in the world and somebody has slimed you so much that you feel sticky all over. like like it's still with you, and you just want to get it off. Okay, I get it. So take your shower with intention, wash your hair, wash. You're going to wash everything with the intention of clearing and cleaning. Okay, that's step one, and that feels great, and may I invite you to do every shower like that. But this is where you go even deeper. Stop your tub and then take a half a cup of natural sea salt and a half a cup of baking soda. You pour that into the tub and you fill your tub up just right, just the right temperature. You know what it is, not too hot, not too cold. And then you soak. And you just trust and know and breathe and feel and relax and let go. Let the rest of it go. Let the rest of it go. Let the rest of it go. Now, at some point, you might want to think about how it is you got yourself slimed. It's all happened to all of us. And personally, I know that there's something going on within me that's bringing that experience. It's magnetizing that into my field of experience. Back in the day, I used to get really upset about this and think that that was something bad or wrong about me, something I was doing or wasn't doing. That's not necessarily the case. Things come into our lives to teach us and to show us how we can become more in alignment with our higher self. And when we determine within our field what it is that's creating this magnetics that pulls, I'm not going to call them negative, that calls in experiences into our field, then that gives us information about what's left in there. And so, okay, so yes, this person really upset me, and I wonder why. Well, I felt really disrespected. Don't they know how special I am? But wait, where does this disrespected? Where is the heart of that? Well, the heart of that is, in a very personal way, people that are really close to me, they don't see me and they don't know this part of me. And when you're not seen, it can really hurt you in a deep way. And so I guess my lesson is no one else needs to see me as long as I know who I am and where I am. And I'm in here and I'm in here. And that's what really counts. So that's the lesson of the personal space. Now let's talk about the space that's a little bit further out. This is your sovereignty area. You know, a lot of people talk about how far the heart goes out. The heart goes out a long ways. At least I'm thinking, I don't know about your heart, but my heart goes out about 10 feet. I just took a picture of a friend today who had like a gigantic line of energy coming right out of her heart. And you know, we are so powerful and we are so magnificent if we will just learn to get out of our own way and clean up our act a little bit, see what is in our field that is holding us back or not allowing us to feel safe in the now. Because that's really what it's about, is the now. In the now, we have the opportunity to bring in our most magnificent self. And once you've had that experience, even just once, you know it's possible. So I really encourage you to practice and meditate and allow yourself to feel what it's like to create a sovereign space. Now, I'm going to set this particular field up because this is all energy conduits. And I'm going to send this conduit information and activation out to you so you can visualize and imagine and create your very own sovereignty space. Remembering that you probably already have one, you just haven't set your boundaries up. So let's start with that. Now, I love crystals for the boundary setting. Crystals are amazing for creating sovereignty on all levels because they are sovereign beings. Unlike us who have been programmed, we are going to program this with the highest intention of creating and holding energetic boundaries that bring in our highest good. And we're going to set these crystals up in all four corners. And I'm going to show you how to activate one and let you know that all of the four that I'm going to put in place have equally been activated and cleared. Now, for clearing a crystal, there's a few ways that you can do it. Once again, the greatest is the ocean. But Let me tell you something about the ocean. The ocean loves crystals. If you set that thing down on the sand and expect it to wash out and stay there, forget it. It's going. It's going to be part of the big blue before you know it. So here's what I do with my crystals. I take and I put them in a net bag, and I tie that net bag to my foot. And I walk along the beach and allow the crystal to have the experience of not only being connected to the ocean and being cleared, but also being connected to me. So that's what I do. That's the best. Another way you can do is the breath. And down, just the breath, just a breath with intention, just a breath with heart mind coherence through the nose, and then a good shake. That's how my mentor, James Hughes, cleared crystals. He didn't wash them or do any of that. He knew that he had everything it took within himself to clear that crystal. You know what? He was a living crystal. Okay, so this one is cleared, and this is programmed to be a sovereign space holder for creating my sovereignty. So the programming has to do with holding it on your heart and giving it heart mind coherence of what its job is, because I am transmitting my intention and my will for my highest good into this crystal to do this, to help me do this job of holding my sovereignty space. I think a lot of people have crystals. You can all, please use your crystals for all kinds of stuff. You know, some people put them in plants, and some people put them in their, I always have one in my water. Okay, here's another one. It's going to go there. Ooh, 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 come back. Okay, and the other thing I'm going to tell you about these crystals is the double termination about them. That's also very important for me whenever I'm setting up a field, is to have a double terminated crystal. That means it's giving and receiving. And crystals are giving and receiving in every direction. They are multidimensional, multifaceted, multi magnificent. And they are here to be of service to mankind, the highest service. Okay, so here we go. We're going to put this one back here. Okay, and now this one. I love this one. This one has got phantoms in it. The phantoms, they show up as little rainbows, right? And that's like a little water pocket that's been trapped. These are fossilized water. And the other thing that's pretty amazing about them is when they happen way down deep in our history, way down deep in the earth, there was things going on the planet. There was information happening. There were things happening. And because water and crystals, these are transmitters, they pick up that information and they hold that. And at some point, I am of the opinion that I'm going to be able to hear, hello, 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 what they're saying to me. And then I'll tell you, okay? But in the meanwhile, this is a family crystal. It's got all kinds of little jewels hooked to it, the mama, the daddy, the baby. And it just makes me happy. I just love crystals so much because I take and put my love in the crystals and they bounce right back. This is the kind of magnetics I want to create. This is what I want in my field. Okay, so we got all of our crystals in place and we are underneath this amazing copper pyramid, and up above me is what's called a Merkaba. This one was given to me by one of my students who I love. Her name's Jessie. Anyway, so the Merkaba brings in energy in every direction. And I am of the opinion that as a multidimensional being, we have this potential to turn in any in every direction and be bringing in information and healing and light and energy and love. Whew, that's what I want to magnetize in my field. But the reality is, there's other things going on in my field too that I need to look at. Whenever something from the outside world rocks me, that is an opportunity for me to look to see what it is that's within my field of influence, right in here close, that has caused me upset, because that is an opportunity for me to learn more and grow more and eventually release it. Okay, so that's one of the things we're doing with this field is we're spinning around and we are examining within our chakra system, within the field, we're examining what it is that we hold close to ourselves. And does that serve us still? This is the good stuff and the bad and the not so good stuff. I was going to say bad stuff, but I'm starting to believe maybe there's not so much bad stuff as we think there is. It's just stuff that shows up in order to help us. So that's a thought. Okay, so what else do I want to say? I want to say that I think you're beautiful. I think you can do all this. I think you can make yourself amazingly safe in the now. And that's the key, is the now. You just have to keep checking in with yourself, breathing and feeling, and you remind yourself that you're safe now, every second, if it takes now. And every time you say now, you come into your core. You feel your field now. They don't call it the present for nothing. It's the gift. It's the gift of all there is, but it's only available in the now. So, questions? You want to come do the workshop? It's called the Sovereignty Code. And if you don't get a chance to do the workshop, I invite you to practice setting up your field and clearing your field and your energy body and doing all these things. Every little thing you do is an act of self-love. It's a gift to you, for you, from you. And don't forget, we teach people how to treat us. And if you are doing this, if you are giving wonderful things to you and for you, then guess what? You're magnetizing those kind of things into your field. So that's what I have to share today. And I want to thank you. And I want to send you blessings. And I'm sending you love. I'm sending you love to the field. I'm sending you love to your heart from mine. Namaste.